67 idioms containing I, the apple of somebody's eye, a person or thing that is loved more than any other. She is the apple of her father's eye, as far as the eye could see, to the horizon, where the sky meets the land or sea. The bleak moorland stretched on all sides as far as the eye could see. Bat your eyes, eyelashes, to open and close your eyes quickly, in a way that is supposed to be attractive. Be all eyes, to be watching something carefully and with a lot of interest. The kids were all eyes as he slowly unwrapped the package. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, saying, people all have different ideas about what is beautiful. Before, in front of somebody's very eyes, in somebody's presence, in front of somebody. He had seen his life's work destroyed before his very eyes. Be up to your eyes in something, to have a lot of something to deal with. We are up to our eyes in work. A bird's eye view of something, a view of something from a high position looking down. From the plane, we had a bird's eye view of Manhattan. Cast run an eye, your eyes, over something. To look at or examine something quickly. Could you just run your eyes over this report? Catch somebody's eye. To attract somebody's attention. Can you catch the waiter's eye? Clap, lay, set eyes on somebody, something. Informal. Usually used in negative sentences. To see somebody, something. I haven't clapped eyes on them for weeks. I hope I never set eyes on this place again. Cock an ear, eye, at something, somebody. To look at or listen to something, somebody carefully and with a lot of attention. Easy on the ear, eye. Informal. Pleasant to listen to or look at. The room was painted in soft pastels that were easy on the eye. My eye, old-fashioned, informal, used to show that you do not believe somebody something. It's an antique, my eye. An eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth, saying, used to say that you should punish somebody by doing to them what they have done to you or to somebody else. They advocate a justice system that works on the principle of an eye for an eye. Somebody's eyes are bigger than their stomach. Used to say that somebody has been greedy by taking more food than they can eat. Feast your eyes on somebody, something. To look at somebody, something, and get great pleasure. For somebody's eyes only. To be seen only by a particular person. I arranged the letters, but they are for your eyes only. Get your eye in. British English, in board games, to practice so that you are able to judge more clearly how fast and where the ball is going. Have an eye for something, to be able to judge if things look attractive, valuable, etc. I've never had much of an eye for fashion. She has an eye for a bargain. Have your eye on somebody. 1. To be watching somebody carefully, especially to check that they do not do anything wrong. And remember, I'll have my eye on you, so you'd better behave. 2. To be thinking about asking somebody out, offering somebody a job, etc., because you think they are attractive, good at their job, etc. He's got his eye on the new girl in your class. Have your eye on something. To be thinking about buying something. Have eyes in the back of your head. To be aware of everything that is happening around you, even things that seem difficult or impossible to see. You can't get away with anything in her class. She has eyes in the back of her head. Have got eyes like a hawk. To be able to notice or see everything. She's bound to notice that chipped glass. The woman has eyes like a hawk. Have an eye on something. To look at or watch something while doing something else, especially in a secret way, so that other people do not notice. During his talk, most of the delegates had one eye on the clock. Have a roving eye, old-fashioned. To always be looking for the chance to have a new sexual relationship. Hit somebody straight right in the eye. To be very obvious to somebody. In the blink of an eye. Very quickly. In a short time. In somebody's eyes. British English. Also to somebody's eyes. In somebody's opinion or according to the way that they see the situation. She can do no wrong in her father's eyes. To Western eyes, it may seem that the city is overcrowded. In the eyes of the whole world, etc. According to the law, most people in the world, etc. In the eyes of the law, she is guilty, though few ordinary people would think so. In the public eye, well known to many people through newspapers and television, she doesn't want her children growing up in the public eye. In the twinkling of an eye, very quickly, synonym, instant, suddenly, in the twinkling of an eye, her whole life had been turned upside down. Keep a close eye, watch on somebody, something, to watch somebody, something carefully. Over the next few months, we will keep a close eye on sales. Keep your eyes open for something, to be quick to notice or hear things. Keep an eye on somebody, something, to take care of somebody, something, and make sure that they are not harmed, damaged, etc. We've asked the neighbors to keep an eye on the house for us while we are away. Keep your eye on the ball, to continue to give you attention to what is most important. Keep an eye open out for somebody, something, to look for somebody, something while you are doing other things. Police have asked residents to keep an eye out for anything suspicious. Keep your eyes peeled, scanned for somebody, something, to look carefully for somebody, something. We kept our eyes peeled for any signs of life. Keep a weather eye on somebody, something, to watch somebody, something carefully in case you need to take action. Keep a weather eye on your competitors. Look somebody in the eyes, face, usually used in negative sentences and questions, to look straight at somebody without feeling embarrassed or ashamed. Can you look me in the eye and tell me you are not lying? I'll never be able to look her in the face again. Make eyes at somebody, give somebody the eye. To look at somebody in a way that shows that you find them sexually attractive. He's definitely giving you the eye. Meet somebody's eyes. Meet somebody's gaze. Look, etc. People's eyes meet. 1. Intransitive. If you meet somebody's eyes, you look directly at them as they look at you. If two people's eyes meet, they look directly at each other. She was afraid to meet my eye. Their eyes met across the crowded room. She met his gaze without flinching. 2. Transitive. Meet somebody's eyes, your eyes. If a sight meets your eyes, you see it. A terrible sight met their eyes. Your mind's eye. Your imagination. He pictured the scene in his mind's eye. The naked eye. The normal power of your eyes without the help of an instrument. The planet should be visible with to the naked eye. Not bad an eyelid. British English. North American English. Not bad an eye. Informal. To show no surprise or embarrassment when something unusual happened. She didn't bat an eyelid when I told her my news. Not believe your ears, eyes. Informal. To be very surprised at something you hear, see. I couldn't believe my eyes when she walked in. Not a dry eye in the house. Humorous. Used to say that everyone was very emotional about something. There wasn't a dry eye in the house when they announced their engagement. Not see eye to eye with somebody on something. To not share the same views as somebody about something. The two of them have never seen eye to eye on politics. Not be able to take your eyes off somebody, something. To find somebody, something so interesting, attractive, etc., that you watch them all the time. One in the eye for somebody, something, informal, a result, action, etc., that represents defeat or disappointment for somebody, something. The appointment of a woman was one in the eye for male domination. Only have eyes only for somebody. To be in love with only one particular person. He's only ever had eyes for his wife. Open your somebody's eyes to something. To realize or make somebody realize the truth about something. Traveling really opens your eyes to other cultures. Please the eye. To be very attractive to look at. Pull the wool over somebody's eyes. Informal. To try to trick somebody. To hide your real actions or intentions from somebody. See, look at, etc., something through somebody's eyes. To think about or see something the way that another person sees it. Try looking at it through her eyes for a change. Events are seen through the eyes of a Polish refugee. See something out of the corner of your eye. To see something by accident or not very clearly because you see it from the side of your eye and are not looking straight at it. Out of the corner of her eyes. She saw him coming closer. Shut. Close your eyes to something. To pretend that you have not noticed something so that you do not have to deal with it. You can't just close your eyes to his violence. They seem intent on shutting their eyes to the problems of pollution. A sight for sore eyes. Informal. A person or thing that you are pleased to see. Something that is very pleasant to look at. Take your eye off the ball. To stop giving your attention to what is most important. There is more to somebody, something than meets the eye. A person or thing is more complicated or interesting than you might think at first. Turn the blind eye to something. To pretend not to notice something bad that is happening, so you do not have to do anything about it. The authorities were either unaware of the problem, or they turned a blind eye to it. Under the watchful eye of somebody. Being watched carefully by somebody. The children played under the watchful eye of their father. What the eye doesn't see, the heart doesn't grieve over. Saying, if a person does not know about something that they would normally disapprove of, then it cannot hurt them. What does it matter if I use his flat while he's away? What the eye doesn't see. With an eye for, on, the main chance. British English, usually disapproving, with the hope of using a particular situation in order to gain some advantage for yourself. With your eyes open, fully aware of the possible problems or results of a particular course of action. I went into this with my eyes open, so I guess only I have myself to blame. With your eyes shut, closed, having enough experience to be able to do something easily. I've made this trip so often, I could do it with my eyes shut. With an eye to something, to doing something, with the intention of doing something. He bought the warehouse with an eye to converting it into a hotel.